Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Dancing with the Stars. So yes, it was finally Latin week, the week we've all been waiting for. Alright, so Santana was in the house, he was there for the whole show. Can't have Latin week without Santana. He's like multi-platinum, Grammy, everything. So we were also treated to an extra dirty dance party by the dance troupe on the floor. And it also included the much coveted crotch to the face. And that's a guy crotch to a girl face. Yeah, it was a little scary. And Brooke Burke, excuse me, your boobs were completely half out. Completely. I would swear that you had like dermablend on your areolae, unless you've had them removed, because they were completely half out. Really? Alright, so another night of firsts. This is the first time I can ever remember the singer who always wears the tiara was tiara-less. No tiara. I almost crapped in my pants. It was unreal. Alright, so Jaleel and Kim started off the show with their samba. Parts of it were really good. I had really high hopes for Jaleel this season, but he's not really living up to my expectations, unfortunately. I mean, he's good, but I thought he was going to be really good. And it, you know, the beginning of the routine was a little bit slow to get started, but then he really started getting into it. I think the spray tan is really working out for him, too. I think it's a good look. So 24. Melissa and Max up next. You know, she had whiplash and a concussion last week because he won't stop pushing her around the floor. And this week was no different. Their salsa was a hot freaking mess. You know, it's great and everything that she got right back on the horse and went back to dancing and even threw in the same move from last week, you know. But that is an old horse she's getting back on. It's got a hitch and it's get along. Because those moves she was making with her hips, they were awkward. Especially the crime scene move at the end where he kind of like spun her around and she just kind of... Crime scene. It was scary. Plus, there was a whole lot of time wasting going on during the routine as well. Thank you, Homer. Yeah, Homer's not feeling it either. So they ended up with a 21. Did I happen to tell you that Jaleel and Kim got a 24? Alright, so Maria and Derek, I have cat tail hair in my eyelashes. Alright, Maria and Derek had their salsa up next, and she fell flat on her face in rehearsal. I feel her pain, I really do. But she was fine. If you can get her to laugh, she'll be okay. Alright, she was great. I thought the performance was really good, and she even found time to assault Dr. Drew, who was sitting in the audience. And by him sitting in the audience, I'm hoping that he's going to be on a future season of Dancing with the Stars, because I think he would add a lot to the show. Yeah, Derek made it extra dirty this week, because it's Latin week, and she had to make out with him shirtless. He was shirtless, not her. 27 for them. Trip nines. If you make out with a half-naked man, you get 3 nines. Catherine and Mark. This was my favorite dance of the night, I have to say. They did an Argentine tango, and Argentine tango just happens to be my favorite dance, Latin or otherwise. He needed a little protection, though, in rehearsal, because those kicks and flicks can be lethal. Oh, but this dance was kick and flick-licious. It was full of them. Fan-freaking-tastic. I thought it was going to be the perfect 30, first one of the season. But no. Len was the lone holdout. He gave them a 9, so they ended up with a 29. And all I could think of was, Len, you suck. What is better than that dance? I'd like to see what you think is better than that, other than a professional dance. Alright, Gavin and Karina up next with their samba. You know what, Gavin? It would be a whole lot sexier without that hat on. Let it go. Just let it go. Alright, the dance, yeah, it was a hot mess. He's trying, but he just does not have the capability. I think he needs to have his hips rebuilt or something because they're just not working. Uh-oh, hot dog. It progressively got worse as the dance went on, too. It kind of really fell apart, and even Karina was just like, All right, they got the lowest score of the night, needless to say. It was a 19 for them. Santana performed next because they had some time to kill, because they're running out of people now, and they still want to keep the show at 2 hours. So Louie and Anna danced, and oh boy, that was hot. They did a really good job. And Santana was good too. That was one of my favorite songs from Santana. Not one of my favorite songs, but one of my favorite Santana songs. So after Santana performed, William and Cheryl were up with their Argentine tango. So I'm thinking, let me compare this to Catherine and Mark's. Well, it was a good Argentine tango if you can accept the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of dancing in there for him to do. Yes, his ankle is hurt, but boo-hoo, you know? Come on, that happens. Other people are dancing injured as well. And I was shocked. Well, I shouldn't have been, because this is Dancing with the Stars. They ended up with a 29. Again, Len was the lone holdout, but really don't think that deserved a 29 for the amount of dancing that he put in. So Gladys and Tristan were up next, and the last 3 numbers, really, they kind of glazed over. I think they were just in a hurry. They had a samba. Tristan threw in some samba rolls. They were a little bit awkward, but I appreciated that he put them in there because that's a pretty advanced move. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. And they ended up with a 22. Not bad. Roshan and Chelsea up next, and they had a salsa. Now, I thought it was really good. I thought it was pretty fantastic, but the judges, for some reason, I feel like they have something against Roshan. I don't know why. 26. I was kind of disappointed with that score. I thought for sure he was going to get at least triple nines. Donald and Peta closed the show with their Argentine tango. Again, my favorite dance. And they made it extra dirty. Wow. It was pretty dirty. The lifts were great, though. He really nailed the lifts. They were spot on. Little fixes needed here and there with the technique, but his technique is not phenomenal on any of the dances, but those lifts were really good, and I think that was enough to carry it through to like a really great performance. And it was just fabulous. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. So they ended up with a 27. Carrie Ann, of course, is probably crushing on him, so she gave him a 10. Len was slightly too harsh with an 8. And Bruno was right on with a 9. So in any case, 27 seems about right. So this week they're trying something a little bit different on the results show. They're going to have a dance duel. The bottom 2 are going to dance for their lives. They're going to go head to head with the same dance. Interesting. The jury's out on whether I think it's good or not yet. We'll have to see how it all goes down tomorrow. If they make it lame, it won't be back. Or maybe it will. Till tomorrow, much love.